Hello. Give it a moment. There we are. Hello, everybody. Hi. I've just been trying to reorganize this little sheet so far today, but it hasn't been going so well. So, second to last day of Inktober. That means that today we are going to be working on the word vacant. So I've been thinking about this, right? Because it's kind of an obscure word, you know? Like, I'm gonna lower volume a little bit for now. I'll try it back up when we start actually drawing. Because vacancy, or vacant, it makes you think of vacancy, which makes you think of those signs that motels have, you know, no vacancy or vacancy. And that's the closest thing I can think of. I can also draw an empty chair. That's kind of meh. So I'm going with the no vacancy sign. That's what I'm thinking. I'm also trying to think of a good place to put it. Because I could theoretically draw the no vacancy sign right... Just get sure I get this right with the brush. I could draw it like right here. No vacancy, you know? It would be interesting, but it would also take away a lot of space. Because we need a little bit of space left for tomorrow's word. Which, like, could fit over there, but is a lot smaller than I would like for the final day of Inktober. So... it does have to be no vacant, because that's the word of the day. But I think ultimately that is what we're gonna have to deal with. Number 4. Yeah. I think, yeah. It is what it is. I think that's just what we're gonna have to deal with. We can rearrange stuff around. I don't want to scale anything, because scaling would ruin the quality of the images. So, I think, yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Looks like for you guys the music's already loud enough. Let me know if the music is fine. If it isn't, tell me. Do not lie to me. Do not deceive me and pretend that everything is fine. If the music is too loud or not loud enough, tell me. I rely on you folks to let me know if I'm being cool or if I'm being not cool. Something like this. It's a little... yeah, why not? That's not right. There you go. So you got that. I'm thinking we could just start with a nice... That's weird. So we could have like a nice... I'm thinking like... I'm thinking neon sign. So these would have little tubes leading into the what's it called? Into the board. You know, you'd have a little... I should probably be able to see what I'm drawing. Like that. This would go into the board. We have this going into... That is quite a large V. Let's go ahead and actually just plan this out first, right? Because we got V, A, can, C. Actually, no vacant. Or I guess we could also do not vacant. Add a little T here. The V we need to... Okay, let's go redo this. Let's go ahead and draw the box around the letters then. Give each letter its own space. Not. Like, come on, bucket, you can do this. Like that. Vake. Looks like it's getting a little bit wider with each letter. So let's go ahead and make sure this stays relatively short. That end really solidifies how wide this stuff is. I do feel like this has just grown again. Maybe I do need to stick with a couple of lines. There we go. Not right here. V A K. T. It's a wide word for sure. I do wonder, would it just be better to have this be the way it is? We just thin it out a little bit. Oop, look at that. To be reasonable proportions. What if we, actually hold on, what if we did something like that? Hold on, let me cook here. Let me cook. We did that. We do this. Alright. And then take this selection away. Hold on. And then we have this. Boom. I know for sure that there's been, you know, stuff like that. Except normally it's like no vacancy here, but now it's a variation thereof. We get a thin line here to denote these as different letters. So then we have neon tubes. This itself is a neon tube. A little bit of a dip here. That's like where the tube would start feeding in from the bottom. something like that. And then the V would have there to there. Work. A would be like that. Maybe we could also do something like this. Because I know some neon letters have a just they don't loop around for one reason or another. Right? Ooh! So get this up. Like here we go on neon lettering. Lettering. Here we go. We can use this copy image. Let's back up. Okay, we can use this as reference for the lettering. Make sure it's reasonable. Like right here, we can see it goes boom, boom, boom. And V is, yeah, one more letter. Big. N, C, and then Y is also. Okay, so it only affects like 2 letters. You could have that. I think I prefer this version if we have something like this. So, undo this. The V is one thing, that's fine. The A, I think, should be something like this. And something like that. And erase this so that you guys know what I'm saying. You can see what I'm saying right there. Hopefully that's clear enough. The C. The C is just gonna need a. I'm not gonna bother making it look pretty. Right? This is a sketch. It's a sketch. Here, smaller. Same deal. We have that. And yeah, the reason why I have like 1920s jazz playing is because I was thinking, you know, this would be you would see this in the 1920s. Also, I have no idea when neon lettering was invented. And here, it was invented in 1910, so you would see it everywhere in the 20s. Perfect. Heck yeah. This will still be one thing. I just, you know, size-wise, it'll be more efficient to have something like that. We have, you know, what? Alright. What's the T look like on here? The T is, okay, yeah, 1 and then an angle. That makes sense. There we go. Okay. A nice and simple T. Something like that. Okay. This one is the line. Okay. I might use the line tool again. I don't want to rely on it, but it's just so dependable. Dark like this. Raise this to lower this down to. That's 4. Let's raise it to 3. Okay. A little lighter colors. Let's just go up here. There we go. Oh yeah, it's just gonna get the edges, it's fine. There we are. What's going on with you? Why aren't you erasing? There we are. That a little bit. There you go. A little bit of that. Good. Okay. Thinking. How would this work? We want I think we want this to be a dark red. Something like this. Get rid of the sketch because it's gonna just distract. We want in the middle. Let's go ahead and make an O here. Real thin. Go. Good. Something thin, but there we go. This is some nice jazz. I know some folks don't like jazz. I enjoy it. There we go. Is that... I wonder if we could just solidify this as... Nah, we'd have to just go over it again. So did I go over this last night? I did, yeah. With I went with this. Fix that. Here. Make sure the end is solidified. It's all as dark as it should be. Okay. No. I mean, yeah, I'll need to use these at least for visual scaling. Whatchamafaces. Anyway, I do want green. Let's go with a nice bright green, because this thing is going to be maybe a little bit blue. Because this thing is going to be like as if it's active. So it's going to be glowing. Let's go right here. Why not? Let's just turn the sketch really low. I don't want to like base everything off of it. I only want to base the height off of it. This is the middle right here. Oof, almost. There we go. The issue I'm facing right now is making these thin enough to be believably neon signs, while making them thick enough that we can add a nice solid white line inside. There, that's gonna be right here. Like, also making these things thick is not very helpful. There you go, there's a big old thick C. There's some interesting music going on. Nice little duet between what sounds like a trumpet and a wind instrument, probably a flute. No, it could be clarinet? I'm thinking clarinet. It's got a little tinny aspect to it. What did I do? That's supposed to be longer, so we'll head in. There we go. This will be fine. I think I kind of gave up halfway through making them super thin, so I'll have to probably go through another pass to make them of relative thickness. Ooh. That. This, I mean, yeah, a little touch up down here. Oh, touch this, touch up on this right here. Make sure it's thick as it should be. Oh. That's too thick. There you go. That's about the thickness I want. Make sure this is about thick as it should be. Also zoom out a bit so I can get a better picture of it. One thing I've learned from Inktober, don't make your canvas too small unless you're working with pixel art. especially since you can zoom in and start seeing individual pixels at a certain point. I'm not too worried about pixels on the outside because this is going to be glowing. There we go. So far, so good. I'm gonna want some dark orange for like a little wiring. Something like this in small. Just so we can get. Oh wait, this O should be slightly lower like this. That way we have a little entrance into the there we go. Oh wait, that's an issue I'm running into. Redo that. I want this. Where's dark? It's very dark because apparently it doesn't go properly colored. Something like that. And this, because they do have cables where it's going behind them. That's what this is just doing. It's emulating that. And this could be split here. This. And last one here. This here is one. There we go. Oof, big stretch. Let's get some colors going in. Vacant colors. So here, dark. Do this. We'll fill in the actual LED neon light tubes. In a moment, after we get the backboard all lit or all colored in, filled out. Zzz, 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 zzz. Not vacant, you say? Well, if it's not vacant, then how come the sign says it's vacant? Aha. Scratch, scratch. There. Whew. There we are. Look at this. This is nice. Nice and dark. So I'm gonna take this and we saturate it a little bit more. A little light, but not too light because it's not on. We just want it to be clear that there's actual writing here. We want the viewers to be like, oh yes, right, it's not vacant. It's not just that there's, you know, a dark board and then vacant. No, it's not vacant. The lines real quick. This is colors here. Maybe a little bit of erasure. Back to colors. Alright. I'm still on colors like that. I'm still erasing, that's what I am. Jeez Louise. What am I? Some kind of rigmarole? Oh, right. There's no erasing here, just recoloring this bit. There we are. And the vacancy. This will be the day we've waited for. This will be the day we've opened up the door. This will be the day we waited for. It's a song entirely unrelated to what's going on right now, auditorily. Here we go. Armed. Go. A nice Inktober situation. I wonder if I gotta keep forgetting to actually add the YouTube chat to my little, not overlay, but my OBS. Apply. That way now I can actually see people speak in the YouTube chat. No one has done so yet, so it's okay. But it is important to allow myself to see all of mine fans. I shouldn't say it like that. Well, it's German. People speak German. I'm not evil for speaking German. I'm just weird for pretending to speak German. Weird. Man. Maybe I should dip my pen right here in sulfuric acid. Maybe that'll clean off all the non-pen material that's accumulated. What am I saying? What material, what non-pen material would accumulate on a pen? Germs, I guess? But like everything accumulates germs. You just gotta like, you don't need acid for that, you just need soap. Soap and Vasa. This. There we are. This. Save. Do this. Choose white. Because here's what I'm thinking. Check this. Oh wait, hold on, not yet. This needs a bit of a little bit of a touch up here. And the rest will be fine. Alright, and now we have the inside of the neon tube, which is white, because that's, you know, that's because it's so bright in the middle that it looks practically white. I mean, in this case, it's just going to be, well, that's pure white. But we can blur the tool. We can blur tool it. C. Let's go small it, shrink the pen a little bit. Whoa, somebody's on a motorcycle. Oh, they're having a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Like, yeah, I don't think you guys can hear it. There's a motorcyclist who's absolutely revving their engine. I hope they stay safe. Motorcycles are very dangerous, but apparently very fun if motorcyclists are any example to go by. That's the that's a racer still. What am I thinking? Gotta go here. Okay. And back to the white. Back to here. This, and I can, well, no, I just do that because this is still the paint layer. Do that last one. Okay. This. Okay, and effects, get the blur tool. There we go, just like that. That should be enough. And now I can just fill in the little gaps that were made. Lower the pixel size. And right over here, get this right here. Save. Okay. It's a little blurry on the edges, but that's fine because we're just gonna add shading. Let's do it on top of the lines, yeah. We get this. We're gonna go less saturated, but bright. I'm gonna sneeze. Apologies. Actually, no, I don't apologize. I sneeze everywhere. I don't. This, a little bit over here, this in a little bit. This should be I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a quick stream, because there's not really much else to add to this. Maybe we could do some reorganizing live, just to give myself a little bit extra material. There we are. You got me, yeah, we got this little. That effects and blur, not the whole. Cancel. Want to save it? I just wanna. Let's lower the size of this brush. Make sure so we can actually spread it as we want. You can spread it outside the sign because it's glowing. And we'll keep it on this side of the canvas because I plan on making this side black and the other side gradient into white. That way I can keep the little weird bit of the reckless forklift without worrying about how it looks. There we go. Save. I mean, there's not really much else to do here. We could, you know what, I will risk a little something. Add a little bit of, green. Alright, this is blur, not the tool I'm looking for. Duh. Do that. Have the shading go here on the end and like the bottom of this, as if it's actually present. Next, do this. Do this carefully. There we are. Like that. Glow. It's glowing because of the V. Yeah, that seems about right. Or maybe add a little bit of brush going out here. Okay. Sweet. I wonder where we could first of all group this up together into Vacant. Yeah, we could put it right next to the puzzling. Right there. There's room right there, and then we have room for tomorrow's reward. Let's just move the deal a little bit. Let's deal right here. Deal. Move this further down, because one thing I really want to do, I want to move the sunfish, the starfish, over towards the inferno, and the skeletal over towards here. But they're not of equal size. So, what could I do? Starting with this starfish, we can, well, first of all, right here, save this. All right, because I wanted this to be saved. Starfish right around here. Skeletal all moved over here. Things are overlapping, which is the issue that we're going to fix right now. We've got playing Tetris with this. Let me move it just a little bit to the side. Yeah, that'll work. Sting. We could just move this down. Sure. There's room over here. Lots of room. We can move onion to the side. Or maybe we could move deal over there. Where's deal? Deal right here. Not exactly. It could take onion's place if we needed to. I don't really mind where onion goes because it could go in either area. I want fireflies here. Fireflies has to be in the black area. We could probably move it to the bottom actually. Move it down here. This button can move up. We can squeeze it next to deal and such. Trunk can move to the side. Sweep can move to the side. Excuse me, Dougie. Ooh, I would need blast to move up. Blast right here. Move over here. Sweet. We're shredded. Shredded. Right over here. I would put fireflies. We can move this over here now. Up Pierce. Okay, move this back here. Pierce. We have to move that one away. Could we make space for Pierce? I think so. Pierce. Pierce could move over here. There's room. We'd have to... Yeah, we're just moving that there for now. Where's Sting? Sting over here. There you go. Next to the fireflies. Deal could probably move now. Or... we can move Ragged a bit over here, just because it was overlapping with Deer. Okay, and let's try to move Deal first. I think Deal would work better in the darker areas. If we swap Firefly and Sting, that could work. I want that. Move this over here. And move Fireflies. Here. There's a bit going on. I mean, I don't mind the Fireflies overlapping a bit with Sting, but if I could avoid it, I will. Let me see something. Right, if I do this and I move Deal over to the side. Go to the side here. Okay. Real quick, background. Gradient tool. Here. A little bit more. That'll work. Ooh, that's barely touching. Let's move Deer a little bit. Deer. We're playing Tetris with these drawings at this point. Okay. Skeletal. Onion can move over here. There's a ton of room here, which is good. Let's see if we can move Button over here. We can. Lots of room here for a ward. That's the last word, by the way. That's tomorrow's word. Ooh, that's yucky. Let's go over here to this and go to Blast. Shading, is it? Nope, it's just a blast itself. There you go. This. Okay, this round. I think this is very fine as it is. Maybe blur the button shading a little bit more. I know I'm not really supposed to touch these pieces after I finish it. There we go. I just need to do that for myself. I think this works out. Yeah, I can move Shredded a bit to the side. Give us a little bit more breathing room. Blunder over here can move this way and a little bit up. Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, and Reckless. What's up with you? We can move you over to the side now. Oh wait, because of the action. Whatever. The action bits are the... I'm fine with those things overlapping. Rivals, ornate, murky. I'm fine with this. Alright, cool. And now we have everything ready for tomorrow's final word. This is 150 megabytes. This is a huge art file. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to store this online. Well, I could probably just store it on a thumbstick. But yeah, that's it. That's almost, it's everything except the last word. I'm really gonna have to figure out how to fill up this space right here. Let's see, what kind of shape do I have? Let's start with that. I'm not gonna do anything until tomorrow, but we could stretch it down here, but that's ultimately Mars word award. What can we do with this kind of space? Regardless, there we go. And I'll fill this in as white. Alright, whatever, let's do this. Outline, there's filled, foreground color, just everything white. We'll figure that out tomorrow. We'll figure out award tomorrow. So, until then, thank you everybody for watching. I don't know what I'm gonna do once I finish Inktober. I might continue drawing streams, but more likely I'm probably gonna have dedicated days for drawing, dedicated days for arting, or for gaming. Yeah. But yeah, as per usual, I'll be posting this drawing over to both Twitter and the Discord. So feel free to join either of those. Links are in the descriptions of the respective channels, YouTube and Twitch. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the final word. Award. Bye.